Speeders love it. Cops hate it. I'm talking about the app called Waze. Now, the app actually uses GPS technology to pinpoint the location of the police officer in the area in real time. So it lets you know a half mile up on the right here, you got a speed trap going on. Police, though, not crazy about it. In fact, they want to shut the app down. They say it could be used to harm police officers or allow criminals to evade police.
It is not always in the public's best interest to know where police are operating. I mean, we do many of our things for your protection, and there is a criminal element that is able to ply their trade, ply their craft more effectively by knowing where police are.
Tell that to the lead feet out there.
Probably Eric Garner that was carrying around the Waze application. Probably triggered the whole thing.
I'm going to just ignore that and keep going. Google says the app can also be useful for police and that most drivers tend to be more careful on the road because of it. Okay. Jimmy, if you flash your lights and the car's coming the other way to show them where the cops are, theoretically, and there are cases where they'll pull you over. A trucker CBs the other guy, another trucker, and tells him where the smoky is or whatever, right? No ticket because it's a different thing. What do you believe, if, I guess you could take one perspective, we want the law upheld in every way and nothing that we should do should be done to mitigate it, whether it be technology or other. On the flip side, I don't know, for me, if they're hiding out in a really like ratty kind of like speed trap right when it goes from 65 to 40 and they're waiting right there, this kind of levels the playing field. Where should the law, the right and wrong start and stop here?
The police are allowed to observe you in plain view and do what they do. They're in plain view. They're outside. It cannot be illegal for people to be looking outside and calling each other up saying, there's an officer, there's a speed trap. You have CBs. You have radar detectors, which are legal in many states. What's the difference?
Well, courts say you have a First Amendment right to use your cell phone and videotape them and post it online. What's the difference? The logic that he was espousing was flatly rejected by the Supreme Court in the cell phone case last year because Posner in the Seventh Circuit said, no, Riley, said there's a danger that people could remotely wipe the phones and it would pose a danger to the police, and the Supreme Court laughed at it. That was the exact logic that he was just giving us.
Uh-oh.
You're looking at me?
Yes, he's going to be the contrary. You know this.
The police have more important things to do than worry about somebody who's going to alert a driver that there's a cop waiting in a speed trap.
He's worried about the Waze application. Can you with all the things that are going on, they're worried about Waze.
To turn the phrase, the courts say basically in discussing Fourth Amendment rights that the person had no expectation of privacy. Well, the police officer who's sitting there and wait, he's got no expectation of privacy.
Not if he's buried behind bushes like Rich said.
He's trespassing.
All right, well, I want to know this one. Sergeant Bergdahl, we all remember here, he was rescued in a controversial trade here. Officers, obviously uniformed soldiers, some even dying in trying to find him. Well, he could be facing desertion charges, depending on who you listen to, because he left his post allegedly overseas. Authorities considering whether or not he should be charged at all. That, after all, he was being held in horrible conditions in captivity. The question I have at the table is, should your experiences dictate the outcome of your trial? We're going to get into this conversation after this.